Welcome to Galactic Review. Today the scanners have picked up a game called Cyber Sled in the PlayStation sector. So let's take a look. When I first heard the name Cyber Sled, I sort of imagined a sled, in cyberspace, going down a hill of information with a happy little computer chip having fun on the back. This was obviously stupid and wrong, because the name Cyber Sled actually refers to the hover tanks in the game. I guess they're called this because of the way they just kind of slide across the battlefield like a sled. And maybe there is like a cybernetic interface that the pilots use, hence the name Cyber Sled. So anyway, Cyber Sled is actually a port of a Namco arcade game from 1993. It's a competitive action game wherein hover tanks and their pilots battle each other. This port was released on the PlayStation in 1995. There are a few minor differences between the arcade version and this version. In this version, you have the option to choose the original graphic style or the real graphic style. The real graphic style uses UV mapped versions of the hover tank models, so that now they can use detailed textures instead of only being able to display solid colors on each face of the polygon. The PlayStation port also includes 5 new tanks which can be accessed with a code at the title menu. I wasn't able to discern any other way to unlock them, and even if there is another way to unlock them, there doesn't appear to be any save function to keep your progress. These extra tanks seem pretty good and are a much needed addition to this game's already limited amount of content. The US version of this game has an odd cover. It's got this sort of lawnmower man thing going on with this semi-creepy looking dude. The colors and the style are all like, 90s extreme, totally not for kids. He's got a cyber sled shown in his eyes, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a reflection or if it's just supposed to signify that this guy is really obsessed with Cyber Sled. I suppose he might be a Cyber Sled pilot, but the only character from the game that he even looks remotely like is Rexer, but I wouldn't say that it's a significant similarity. The Japanese and European cover for the game were a lot cooler looking and represent the game a lot better.
Oh, hey, come on, guy. I'm totally representing the game. I'm gonna be a Cyber Sled hero with Cyber Sleds in my eyes. Woohoo! I love Cyber Sled.
Oh, wow, hey, you talk. That's weird. I'm gonna end your transmission now. Bye.
Oh, come on, guy, don't hang up.
Indeed. Well, moving right along, this game most definitely has that arcade feel to it, being very easy to just get right into the action and play. The controls are so basic and easy to grasp, having only 2 action buttons to learn along with the movement controls. The movement controls are simple and intuitive, allowing for you to move forward, backward, and to strafe and turn to the left or right. When you start a game, you select the Cyber Sled and pilot. Each Cyber Sled is rated in speed, weapon, and shield. Some of the Cyber Sleds appear to have higher combined statistics than others, but this seems to be due to the fact that speed is a more valuable attribute. However, the 5 Cyber Sleds added for the port seem like they might have higher statistics overall compared to the original ones. One of the extra added characters, Dr. Heinz, kinda creeps me out a little bit. I think it has something to do with his crotch area. That like unusually placed orifice looking thing. I don't know, the creepy old man cyborg vagina thing just weirds me out. That's probably why he's the only one that gets his head blown off in his defeat screen. You know, because he's creeping everyone out. But enough about creepy Dr. Heinz. All of the characters have some little quote they say when you select them, but aside from that, there really isn't a whole lot of story to get in the way of the arcade action. You're randomly matched up with another Cyber Sled, which are shown in a quick video before the match. Then the match starts and you and your opponent battle it out head-to-head in the arena. Each arena has a different layout, but they are all the same confined size and square shape. Their relatively small size ensures that the battle will commence quickly and maintain a heated pace until the winner is decided. The arenas offer an assortment of obstructions for cover. However, each hover tank is also equipped with radar, making it less viable to rely on hiding behind cover. Each Cyber Sled can fire a machine gun and missiles. The machine gun has infinite ammunition, however it will overheat when fired continuously for an extended period of time, drastically reducing the firing rate. You have a limited amount of missiles and you must aim them carefully because they deal the greatest amount of damage to the opponent. You can find more missiles around the arena to replenish your stock. You can also find shield pickups to restore your shields. There are also 3 pickup items that are exclusive to the 2-player mode. A radar jam to jam the enemy's radar, a special shield to absorb 1 missile attack, and a missile jam to stop enemy missiles from tracking you. In battle, the best pilot wins the match, so you have to be good at maneuvering your Cyber Sled. Get used to strafing and turning, and coming around corners ready to fire. Sometimes piloting the tank can be made more challenging by some poor collision detection, seeming like your vehicle's collision hitbox is actually larger than the vehicle. This can be annoying, but it's forgivable and you can adapt to it. Once you completely deplete your opponent's shield energy, they blow up and you get a victory screen. The victory screen looks cool and it seems like each character says something different depending upon who the opponent was, which is a nice touch. If you defeat all of the characters in single player, there is a final boss character to face and you'll be shown a ranking screen after you defeat him. If you lose, you'll see a defeat screen showing your character all blown up and scorched. You'll get a ranking screen upon defeat as well.
You'll never beat my ranking guy. I'm the best Cyber Sled guy there ever was. Compared to my ranking, your ranking is more like, wanking.
Oh, wow, yeah. Ranking and wanking. That's a really funny joke. For a guy that looks like he's missing half his brain. How'd you get this number? Stop calling here, I'm trying to do a review. Now, one of the best things about this game is the fact that it has 2-player mode. You can do split-screen head-to-head battles with a friend, which gives this game some much-needed additional playability. The battles are the same as in single-player mode, however you can choose your arena before the match. Unfortunately, it seems that you must play in first-person view in split-screen battles, which can make maneuvering around corners more challenging. 2-player battles in the arcade version of this game must have been much more enjoyable since each player had their own machine to play on. In a lot of ways, this game feels like a descendant of the old Atari game Combat. You can draw a lot of similarities between the tank battles in that game and the gameplay in Cyber Sled. Cyber Sled takes that style of competitive gameplay and brings it into the early 3D era, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Like I've said before, this is definitely an arcade-style game, so even though I have mentioned that this game has a lack of content, I can't fault it that much for this, knowing that it's a port of an arcade game. And they even added some additional content to this port, which they could have easily decided not to do. Considering that this game came out barely a month after the PlayStation in the US, it's not a bad game to show off what the system could do at the time. It's a fine game to supplement the early library of PlayStation games, and you can definitely have some fun playing this game with a friend for a little while.
Oh yeah, Cyber Sled is the bomb diggity dog. Let's do some of that Cyber Sledding. I'm gonna Cyber Sled till I die. Cyber Sled all day, every day. I
Okay,
love Cyber Sled.
it's time to set course for somewhere far away from this guy. Thanks for watching this Galactic review, everyone. If you liked the video, please let me know down below, and if you want to continue to explore the galaxy of media with me, please go ahead and subscribe. Until next time, Captain Shinobi signing out.